Welcome back to the Peak, where we sit down with artists, innovators, and game changers who are climbing the mountain of greatness in real time. Today's guest is someone who brings a camera to every session, not just for show, but to capture the grind, the growth, and the glory. Here's a multi creative force taking the Southeast by storm, blending bars, visuals, and raw energy into something entirely his own. His latest viral moment showed us how real life, laughter, and legacy all mix together, and that authenticity always hits different. From street corners to stage lights, he's proven that persistence does indeed pay off. This is more than an interview. This is a look into the mindset behind the motion. Welcome to the Peak with Bambizilla. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. How about
Good.
yourself, bro? You
Good.
smoke that
I be
shit.
cooking shit,
God
bro.
damn.
I
I
be
can't
cooking
wait to
shit,
clip
bro.
that one, bro.
I be cooking shit, bro.
That was hard.
Oh
That was
man.
hard. Excuse my friends. What's going on, everybody? It's Bambizilla in the building, all the way from Charlotte, North Carolina. The one and only. It's been a pleasure to get to know this guy here, man. I'm telling you, he's made home feel totally grand. You know what I'm saying? My new home anyway, because I'm fresh out here in Georgia, as you know. And ever since we met, we just been getting to it, bro. That's my favorite type of collaborator. A motherfucker that's just ready to go and got the mindset, the discipline to execute. You dig? So it's it's an honor to finally be here, man.
And that's great. I've got a million questions, and we can skip right to something that you mentioned. What is a dream collaboration for you that you haven't already achieved?
Man, there's so many artists in my city that I dream about working with. And I just wouldn't feel right without mentioning some of those artists first. You may not have heard of them just yet, but keep them on your radar. You got DDA Tink, Sam DeNovo, The Baby, Luke West. Let's see, Van Gogh, Demar, yeah, Hadix. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of artists in my city, but of course, you know, you got the legendary worldwide artists like Andre 3000. I would love to work with Andre 3000. Um, Young Thug, you know what I'm saying? I think that would be an interesting collaboration. You also got these subgenres of artists like a JPEG Mafia. I would love to work with JPEG Mafia, you know what I'm saying? Like I fuck with his aesthetic and yo, shout out to Tia Corinne as well from North Carolina. Um, Frank Ocean will be a dope collaborator. You know what I'm saying? He's inspired my pen a lot. Toro Moy, who's from South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. Toro Moy is in my top five always. Tyler the Creator would be a fire ass collaboration. Jay Z, Erica Badu, Beyonce, Solange.
These people were all from Charlotte, man, from North Carolina, South Carolina.
No.
I'm like, what the?
I tried to leave that.
I'm like, bro,
Yeah, I was
no
trying to
way.
leave that conversation and get
Okay.
to the worldwide steppers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But the
but
list goes on, bro. I listen to a lot of music, but I tried to focus on, I guess, my top 15, what I just went through right there. I didn't mention Ye, but I would love to work with Ye as well. The Alchemist, Two Chains.
these are all great creators.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my list is long as hell, and I think it'll be accomplished someday. I feel like I would be this generation's T-Pain or Pharrell. You know what I'm saying? I could jump behind the boards and produce some shit, and I could fuck around, create the vision, hop on the hook. I want to lend my vision to a lot of artists in the community. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of really uh, help people get their vision out.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a vision to be lended. Is that a word? Anyways, you named a lot of viral creators, super, super viral creators. And you have had some viral moments recently as well. That viral video with your sister at the funeral had people laughing and connecting with you on a real level. That video now has over 8 million views and 100,000 comments. Did you expect that kind of response? And how has it changed your approach to content?
Uh, I did not expect that. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I consistently post and I have this system where I share things with my story first before I put them on my live on my feed. And so I got a small response to it on my story. But what some people's opinions and some people who respond to it, I count them as like 10 people because they have a taste level that I've seen work for the masses. I'm a product guy. So I really like to study the audience and study people's opinions. So anyway, I just post things from my story as reels from time to time if they receive good feedback on my story. So in a way, I knew it would be received well, but there was no way I could predict the heights is going now. I can't say that when it was at about 200 likes, I had that feeling like, oh shit, like this is the rocket taking off. You know what I'm saying? That's when I sent it to my sister. You know, before it reached anywhere near it was now, I was just like, I'm glad I got the proof because I was straight up like, we about to go viral. And but the next level of it is people's is the people's reception to it and the stories that I'm getting in my comments in my DMs that have been really inspiring and has been my favorite part of this whole thing. Just hearing people be real human in this environment that we're speaking on a funeral or any gathering where family comes together. It's a real authentic environment where everyone has to be themselves and learn how to work accordingly. You know, you might have beef with a cousin member or you might have some type of weird relationship with somebody, but we come in these certain circumstances where we all had to put our bullshit aside, like this funeral. And I want to say a rest in peace to my grandmother, Jolene, and shout out to the whole Grissom family because the service was wonderful. It was great seeing everybody. Everybody looked good, you know, and I can't wait for the world to get to know some more of my family members, including that uncle who was actually my cousin, by the way. So yeah, we plan on just, you know, giving people a little more insight because I'm feeling the love, you know, and if they love my sister, then there's so much more of my family they will love, you know. So I'm a really family oriented person, and so this also makes this just a dream come true. Me and my sister, we always have been frequent collaborators, so we about to take this shit and run with it.
Yeah, really dope that you were able to travel and capture that moment, and then the moment go as far as it did. You know, just to highlight how important it is to get out there and travel and link with family and talk with family. You know, even on that very real level. You know, from Atlanta to Charlotte, even beyond. You've been building your name, kind of city by city. What keeps you grinding, even when the results don't come overnight?
It's definitely that delusion you'll hear about. If you're an artist out there and you're doing your research, you're gonna keep hearing this word delusion. I think even Tyler the Creator just had a viral moment where he was saying to be delusional like a child and edit like a scientist or something like that. I love that fucking quote. I don't know if he stole that or what, but that shit is fire because those two things come in handy. There's a science to how you want to clean it up and present it to the world, but to have that childlike enthusiasm and to really like be into it. So for me, I say I just have that childlike connection to creativity, and therefore, like I would be doing this even if I wasn't trying to present it to the world. You know, I feel like I just have that specific design mentally, spiritually. But certain things that keep me going once I notice the talent and how far I could go is just telling an authentic story. Um, and being truthful. Like I have an affinity for the truth, and I'm not someone who walks around yelling my truths all the time. So when it comes to the music, it's very therapeutic for me because I am someone who is more calculated um, and stoic. So therefore, when I get in front of the mic or on the stage, I do get to unleash a side of me that is preserved, and I get to express things that I have experienced and soaked in as an artist. So I love to see the truth depicted. I love biopics. I love documentaries, and I love references. I love when you can go back and read the truth and like, movies based on novels, like the whole MCU. Like I'm a fan of MCU because you can actually go back and read comic books and see the origin story and the facts and see things come to life. So it's something about the truth that I have an affinity for. And this moment we're having with me and my sister, that's something that people love too. I keep seeing consistently, like, she ain't lying. Everybody's saying that in the comments, like, she's not lying. She's telling the truth. And I always look deeper when I start to read messages like that. Like, I'm one of those cold readers that I can see the universe's synchronicities. And that's really our power. Me and my sister, and a lot of our family members have it, where the truth lies in with us very strongly. Like, we are not people who can lie and wear a fake image. You know what I'm saying? I think we would be a lot further as a family in this world if we were able to be fake. But we're so real and down to earth. And now's our moment. You know what I'm saying? The truth is now, like, people want to hear the truth more than ever nowadays. Ever since that Cat Williams interview, I think everyone agreed, like, oh, nah, we want the facts. Like, yeah, bring it. Come on, let's roll it on out. And a lot of shit has been exposed, and a lot of real phenomenons are going to come to the light now that have been hidden in the dark for years. So I believe this is our moment for sure.
Yeah, I think just like Cat Williams, you mentioned having an affinity to be able to see those patterns of the universe that pop up, right? And I was reading something the other day that said that being able to see those patterns, while a blessing, could be a curse, because some people, they see those patterns ahead of time and then they decide not to do something in which they otherwise would have done had they not had the intuition of what might happen based on patterns that they've had before. So how do you, because you've obviously had ups and downs, and how do you continue to have a want to be in new situations, have new experiences, go through those patterns, even though you may have seen them before?
I think I've been conditioned to believe that you won't really succeed unless you end up going down this path of the unknown. You know what I'm saying? And you deal with these highs and lows that you never can fathom dealing with. That's something that I see in every one of my favorite biopics, documentaries, you know what I'm saying, rock docs. And I don't know which one comes first. I don't know if I love those movies in that form of media because I'm already on that pathway, or if I was influenced by watching this stuff as a kid. But I know that I'm built for it. And so when I look at the people around me, it's like, why not be that person? I got some real ones around me that I love, and they're in a place where it's best for them to play it safe. And I could see the real potential and where my family could be. So one of us is gonna have to be a little more radical and like kind of be more of a renegade. That's just all my design, though. That's how my brain works, and that's how my spirit is. So I want to see change. I want to see like curses be broken. You know how our people personally have been held in certain circumstances and situations in this country, and I'm very passionate about that as well. Just like the black expression, the black experience being told in its most truthful form, and so all that keeps me in the light that is on the path of more righteousness. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you were speaking about that, I was just thinking about like Jedi's. You got the dark side, and you got the Jedi Knights. And once you watch the series, you realize it's like, who are we to say who's evil? Both people play a role. You know what I'm saying? And once you get to know people, some people identify more with the dark side.
Right.
And you just learn that they just play a role in this universe. And I just feel like I was just born to be more in God's light, and be more on the righteous path. So I'm just like a Jedi, bro.
For sure. I definitely think, you give off those Jedi energies when it comes to just being a leader, especially when it comes to the content creation game. you're known for always having your camera when you come through to the studio, setting up the tripod, having the live going, getting some content. How did the habit of capturing your sessions start, and how has that helped shape your online image?
Um, it started in about 2016, 2017, like, but I think it really got polished once I moved to LA. When I moved to LA, I knew that I needed to document as much as possible. It was such a crazy experience in general that I already wanted to make sure that the camera was rolling. But once things started rolling, it was just so surreal. It was like, let me capture this shit and share it, to as many people as possible. And people are so cool. You'll never know how truly impactful you are until like you're dead and gone, or you meet someone in person. You know, you might meet people in person that say, I see you doing your thing." You never knew they was watching you. You never knew you impacted them.
Right.
Um, and then you see people who become successful way after their death. Like that's an artist's long told story. But so I say that to say I've never really got a lot of gratification from sharing and posting shit. Like people don't always comment. I'll be sharing my music too. So a lot of times the only way I can gauge if someone really fucks with what's going on is if they watch consistently. You may not engage or send fire signs, but you watch my shit every day, like it's a TV show, and every day I'm either in the studio or I'm sharing my music, then you going for the ride with me. And so that's just my perception though. Like I'm always gonna look on the positive, bright side, and just say, I look into an audience. Everybody may not be bobbing their head, but your eyes are glued to me. We don't all process things the same way. Some of us are very shy, bashful, and just not designed to be super expressive. And I understand that. And that's what makes me a great product person. Like I got time for every person in the audience. So I just try to keep that in mind. And, you guys work so great in this studio space, work so fast, and everything is so organic. I want to make sure people can see the madness behind the magic. You know what I'm saying? And some of the stories, what inspires some of the crazy shit we say. You know how many songs we listen to and don't necessarily know where they were, who did what role each person played.
Right.
So the closer I could get to that, the better. Like the closer I could get to people actually seeing the moment the song was born, to me shooting a music video, to me being at the MTV Awards. Like I want to be able to show that process, and it's shown that people want to be there and go along for the ride. So it's just a perfect timing for me that we all have the devices to capture our life in a nice, legitimate enough quality to share with people. Like I'm just taking advantage of it.
Yeah, it's definitely very, very interesting the quality that we have at our fingertips to be able to give people the experience. Watching people like Kai Cenat at the BET Awards backstage with Drewski and Kevin Hart. It's a million times clearer and more stable than you would think it would be. I'm hearing them, and I'm like, how am I hearing them so clearly?
Yeah.
Only one of them have a mic on, but I'm hearing Kevin Hart, and he's standing halfway across the room.
Right.
And half of it may just be them projecting their voice the correct way, and positioning and such, as Drewski mentioned. Sometimes it's like, hey man, you got the mic, and he gets a little bit closer to him in a sense. But ultimately, man, the technology we have is just really, really, really crazy.
Yeah. I've been paying attention to that shit too. Like the way they got it set up now, they wear these backpacks. I got all the fucking like hardware you need to, I guess, run shit live at a nice smooth pace, and they be ready to go. They might have boom mics though too. That's what I was thinking when I was watching that shit. They might have a boom mic on the camera that might be nice enough to capture room audio like that. But that shit is inspiring, bro. The streaming university opened my fucking eyes. Like I didn't even realize how close I was to the world of streaming until I watched that shit. And I seen how many different variations of people have an audience and a platform, and how easy it is to get into it. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely got to chop it up, because you like my closest source to the streaming world, and I'm about to segue into that whole situation. I can see a lane for myself there.
Yeah, I think so. If you're gonna record it all, might as well just be live. That way it records for you.
And you can always clip shit and share it later
Yeah.
on.
Right. Kind of two birds, one stone in a sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And moving back to what you present in front of the camera, you've got a style that blends old school rawness with new age visuals. And who inspired you to present yourself that way as an artist?
I got to say, my mom ultimately in the beginning, my mother dressed me for a long time. I would say I don't know how long. I don't know the average time frame your parents dress you, but my mom, my mom chose my outfits up until like damn near seventh grade when I was finally like.
That might be normal.
It might be right.
Yeah. That's pretty normal.
But eighth grade was the year I really grasped the wave, and swag was just fitting my personality or my taste levels. Um, but there's definitely actual style icons. Kanye West is my ultimate like he got me to really express myself. But he was doing a style that my mom already introduced me to, which is like a street formal casual Gap inspired, like a black Gap inspired swag. My mother never let me really express my style in a street gangster way, which was normal for our culture when I was growing up. We grew up when G Unit had a clothing line. They be like,
yeah,
the tank tops look like armored vests and shit. You know what I'm saying? So just that alone lets you know the world we were in. But my mother never knew that wasn't me, so she kind of showed me how to do a nice preppy but hip hop kind of a look. And I think that just ultimately has been sort of my comfort zone growing up. And artists like Kanye and I say in like high school, Big Sean was a big inspiration as far as like the accessory game and a lot of just what was trendy in hip hop, trendy things in hip hop. Because even old school artists like a Run DMC was on some fly shit, Slick Rick. These are some fly motherfuckers to me. Um, but a big shouts out to my mom because she still is kind of in that. She still dresses the same way. And whenever I throw on like a blazer or something with a tie on, I'm like, this ain't nothing new to me because it's the type of shit I've been on since a child.
Facts. Speaking about the upbringing, the influences, the foundation of what really builds Bambizilla, whether it's a packed room or spontaneous freestyle, you're performing like it might be your last night on earth. How do you tap into that passion every time?
Man, I try to figure it out my damn self, but I got a passion for this shit that's infinite. Like it's non-explainable. I dream about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I wake up with music in my head. I wake up rapping sometimes. So I heard Jay-Z say something about having a knowing. Like you just got this knowing, and what I could say is on a technical level, I've been through things in my life that have created a fire in my soul. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a hypersensitive being, so I may not have been shot 10 times or got jumped and put in a gang, but God gives you what you can handle. So he's given me obstacles and things that have really shaped my vision and the way I want to express myself, the impact I want to leave on every room I step in type shit. So when I get up there in front of people, I don't want to fuck around. Like I don't want to waste nobody's time. This shit is a huge part of me. I don't just make music for any trend or for any money. Otherwise I would have been gave up, right? So this shit is such a huge part of me. Like I've been told I am a music note. No, I'm a literal walking music note, bro. Like so I don't know what it is, but when music comes on, if it's my type of shit, we gonna boogie. And I'm a master energy, I'm a master tempo, might spit a freestyle for you. Just music me and music have a certain infinity. And I love theater, I love film. Film is my introduction to music, like score, the background music. I feel like showed me how to associate sound with mood, expression, even scenery, aesthetic. And so when I get up there, I want to put on something theatrical. You might see me wear like an outfit that look fucked up, or I'm going to be in some type of character because I just want to bring the theater to this shit, like how music was originally. Like I'm a real kind of traditionalist when it comes to the way art is presented.
Yeah, I think that's very apparent in the way that you move. Kind of walk straight into the next question, which revolves around your feeling and your energy. It shows someone who lives and breathes music. How do you balance the creativity with the content, making the music while also making a visual brand?
Um, I do them simultaneously. I have a lot of music stacked up. I think that's the key. Stack your music up and listen to this shit like an artist that's already out. Like that's what I do. I listen to all my shit all the time, whether it's streaming or not. And so that kind of gives me an outline of, oh, I should do this type of visual for this song, whenever this song is ready to drop. I have songs that I'm planning on dropping and I'm planning on making visuals for. And so I just do them at the same time, bro. But I create visual content quite frequently. Like it's something that I do on my pastime. Like if I have a vision for something in a way that I want to promote a song or a moment that I captured that I want to somehow utilize. It's all about recycling shit. You don't want nothing to go to waste, And you kind of, my goals a lot of times is I want to use this footage so much I could just delete it from my phone right now and not even care because it's been recycled, flipped, dipped, seen a trillion times. So that's also a goal. That's like a goal of mine. It's like, have I used this shit enough to delete the shit? Because I need storage in my phone anyway. So
the artist struggle.
Yo, seriously. So that's a part of it. You just want to recycle, make sure everything is used. People want to see your life, and I'm not somebody who is super documented. Like I don't document every step of the way, but anytime I can document something and make sure I'm sharing the experience, I get as much as I can when I can. And then if it matches the music that I have that's ready to be released, that's even better because now I can piece some visuals together and present, but that's just one side of it. Then you got like the actually shooting a performance visual, which is just like you got to listen to your shit and feel it and say, what does this feel like? Does this feel like an empty room with nothing in it, or does it feel like a party with ass shaking? And how close can you get to either one of those elements? Because either one of them is kind of hard to reach on a normal day. So that's where I start with it.
I think that's great advice for someone that's, trying to walk in your footsteps, someone that's trying to get out there, make the music, make the content at the same time, because these days everyone's trying to do it, but only some people can really balance it the way that you do. If you guys are just now tapping in, we're here with Bambizilla. That's Bambizilla. You can check that out on all platforms there, including Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and such. To close it out here, looking ahead, what's next? What's one message that you want to give to people who are just now tapping into you?
What's next? Me and my sister, I don't know if y'all seen this video, this viral, it's triple platinum, it's quadruple platinum. Or I don't know the legalities of that, but it's doing numbers, right? My sister is a very talented individual, so we got music we about to drop. We got more content to create together. We got more family to share with our family that we now have been receiving through the internet. And I have a project I'm dropping next week. I love it here. It's called I Love It Here. 8 songs inspired by my dreams. Don has helped me piece a lot of shit together. We might need to set up one more little session before I press the button and send it in, but it's pretty much done. Be on the lookout for that. 8 songs, hardcore hip hop, 2 or 3 producers. If you love hardcore hip hop, fuck with me. I'm getting all of that shit out my vault. And we got a group project coming out, hopefully by the end of next month type shit. Middle next month. You know, next month is a long one, right? Like it's 31 days in July, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we got some time. We got hella music we about to drop.
Too much.
You know what I'm saying? We got so much fucking music. Since I met this man, we glue like, you know what I'm saying, fucking I don't even know what to say. Like shit just been happening. Art has been created, and just be on the lookout for that because that's what my bag is. But you know, TV appearances, acting, modeling, the sky's the limit for me. I just want to say thanks for everyone that has tapped in and connected with me and my family. We've loved the love we've received, and we're going to take this light and make sure that we share this miracle with as many people as possible. So tune in with me. It's Bambyzilla, all the way from Charlotte, North Carolina. Me and Don, we got some fire shit to do. Shout out to Lisa Destroyer. Go stream that Wasting, produced by me. Be on the lookout for tracks produced by me because we producing, we all over the place with it. Tap in with me and enjoy the rest of your day.
Excellent, man. Thanks for coming through, vibing out with us, guys. We climbed all the way back to the top of the mountain on another episode of The Peak with Bambyzilla. Make sure you guys go follow. That's BAMBIZILLA on all platforms. Till next time.